Hello everyone, welcome to another video on my channel. I am Marshall3498. My channel consists of rider advice, gear reviews that I've tested myself for a pretty long time, bike reviews, some scenic riding destinations that are local to my area that I've been to, and a few drone videos of some scenic places in my area. My DJI Phantom 3 Professional. Today's topic, what I'd like to talk about is the importance of the MSF course, in my opinion and my views. I claim to be no expert, but this is my opinion and what I think you should do, and definitely take the course. The course itself, it teaches you all the fundamentals of what being a new rider is and things to keep you safe, or at least as much as possible. That's, motorcycles are dangerous, but if you use the tools that they teach you in the class and really apply them when you get out here, around traffic and, in the open world, so to speak, and riding around, that a lot of the techniques and the tips that they give you will definitely keep you safe. Should you, just let a buddy or whatever that's rode for years take you out the parking lot, put some gear on and let him try to teach you? In my opinion, no. There's no way, even in a few hours, that they can teach you what you really need to know, the fundamentals about it, what to do, what not to do. It's just, I feel it's really important. I myself I took the course, I think 3 years ago now. This is my third full riding season, and I took it at the beginning of the year in February when it was miserably cold, but whatever. It just meant that I already had purchased my first bike, had all my gear, stuff like that, but it just meant that the beginning of that riding season, once it warmed up and winter was gone here in the Tri-Cities area in East Tennessee in the southern United States where I live, it just meant that I was ready to hit the ground running, and really start learning how to ride out here in the real world. Some of the things it teaches you: throttle control, very, very important on a motorcycle. No matter if you're riding 1,000, super sport, cruiser, a little 250 Ninja or something like that, whatever. Very important fundamentals of motorcycle. One of the most important things, I feel. Proper braking, proper emergency braking, even, all the slow speed stuff you might think is kind of weird because it's all usually in a big parking lot, and you usually don't give above 25, 30 miles an hour. But it still teaches you the basics of everything you need to know, I think, for the most part. It teaches you all the low speed stuff, of course, but it teaches you how to lean, how to turn, how to stop, how to take off, all that kind of stuff. Things to go around corners, of course, and how to be more aware of what's going around you. What happens if you were to lock at the front brake or lock at the rear brake? Never had a front brake lock up in my riding career, so to speak, yet, but I've had a rear brake lock up from somebody pulling it in front of me, and it is not fun. But you can't really go about how you would drive a car. You can't really do that on a motorcycle. It upsets the bike too much, in my opinion. Everything needs to be real smooth and fluent and just real steady. That way you and the bike get along, and y'all both get home, and both get home at the end of the day, and you can both go continue riding and continue enjoying the absolutely fantastic world of riding a motorcycle. The MSF course, it won't teach you everything, but it'll teach you, I think, 85% of what you really need to know. Some of the stuff that it won't prepare you for is like turbulent wind on the interstates from semis, and even big, box trucks and stuff like to make deliveries. That kind of stuff does take some getting used to. I won't lie to any new riders who are watching this and are thinking about getting into motorcycling, but if you stick to back roads like I did at first, and try to stay out the interstate till you get several hundred miles on your belt, I'd say 200-300 at least, you'll be okay. You know, I'm fortunate enough in my area where I have tons and tons of not only twisty back roads, but even roads just like this, like up by a mall and all by the shopping centers. This is not only good that it's the speeds are lower and you don't have to get used to all that turbulent air, but it teaches you, you know, how to stop and start in traffic, you know, how to deal with traffic, how to take off on hills. That's a little weird, but the only thing I can really say that transitions over from a car to motorcycle, if you already know how to drive a 5-speed or a 4-speed or a 6-speed or even a 7-speed now in today's world, car, if you can drive a car with a clutch, let's put it that way. If you can drive a car with a clutch, that will help you out in the long run, because then you're not you don't have to learn that as well as riding a motorcycle, because you already know, you know, that friction zone like they teach in the class, and they'll teach you all that stuff. You know, the friction zone, when it starts pulling, when it's fully engaged, how to let the clutch out, all that stuff right there is pretty close, I'd say, to a car as far as, you know, the way the whole clutch action works. It's just a little different on a bike because you do have to balance it, and you know when to pick your feet up and when to have them down till the bike gets moving. But every bike's different as far as the way it carries its weight. You know, some bikes that I've ridden carry the weight really low, like my 07 Yamaha FC6 that I'm riding currently. It carries this weight really low center of gravity, so at slow speeds, it doesn't care. I mean, you can be at zero on the speedometer, at least I can, and still don't have to put your feet down. But will the MSF teach you a lot of things? Yes, it will. But the main cool thing about, at least I think about the MSF course is once you get done with your MSF course and you pass and everything's cool and all that stuff, and you've got all your riding gear and you've already got your bike, all you've got to do is, at least where I live, some states may be a little different, but in Tennessee where I live, all you have to do is take your certificate, hard word to say while I'm trying to vlog a little bit. All you have to do is take that in. You go in there and you take an eye test. You show them that. You pay, you know, like a same price as a duplicate driver's license would be. They add M to it under the class, and you're done. And that's it. Then you can, you know, do the responsible thing after that. Then you can call your insurance company and get insurance on your motorcycle, and off you go. You know, if you already got a tag on it, you leave a DMV. They give you a little, at least where I live, they gave me where they don't print them off anymore in-house. They give me a little piece of paper, and for temporary, they mailed me the new one in several weeks, and off I went. I went home and started riding. It was a blast. But those of you who are maybe a little timid about, you know, getting started in motorcycling, whether that be a scooter or a big bike, a little bike, whatever, you owe it to yourself to at least try it. And if nothing else, the MSF course, if nothing else, it'll teach you, even if you bought the helmet and stuff, and you might lose money on it if you sell it, you can at least try it and see if you like it. I mean, you'll know in a parking lot. If you're having fun in a parking lot, you'll have fun out here riding amongst, you know, amongst all the different scenery and nature and all the different climates and temperatures. It is an absolute blast. You know, I myself, I grew up, of course, not really any prior motorcycle experience, but I grew up riding four-wheelers and jet skis and stuff. So outdoor to me, especially when the weather's nice. What is this car doing? Sorry. Outside when the weather's nice, like today, 65 degrees, not a cloud in the sky. It is absolutely fantastic to be out here in nature. But that is one bad part about motorcycling, you know. The weather changes. You have to really watch the temperatures, and not only if it's raining or not. But you know, I myself, I'm pretty much a fair weather rider. I have got caught in a little rain showers, but it's not that big of a deal. It just makes it really hard to see. Your visor just, you know, is constantly bad. Imagine driving down the interstate in your car and turn the windshield wipers off. See how good you can see. That's pretty much, for the most part, what it's like. I don't even know if Rain-X would even help on a visor. I would be tempted not to try it, because that's the thing that keeps your eyes safe, and it's supposed to be shatterproof, and I would be scared that a chemical like that would damage it and weaken its stability, I guess. But for any guys, once again, I am Marshall3498. Please like if you like this video, share and subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you on the next one. See ya.